Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Rubel. So today we will learn how to create a different package in our Pytest framework. And basically we will create one package called config package, and under that we will create another file called config.py. And the main purpose is to create a file and package to move our URL that we saw in our test file. We have a URL and API authentication key. We want to move that to the config.py file. And after that, we will import this config.py file to our test file. And then we will run our test, and we will do the validation using the assert, and after that we will use the HTML. We will generate the HTML report. Okay, so let's get started. So let me open my Python. So this is that where we left last time. So as I said that we are going to do the create a package first. So before that, let me remove this test. We'll add more. So that, okay, let me see what's missing here. So we remove this part. And just remove this one. I will add later on. Okay, so now the first we will create a Python package. So I'm going to right click on the project, the root level, right click, new Python package. As I said, name of the package I say config, cancel. And how you know that you create a package, you see the __int__py. So that means this is the package, not a folder. Like if you create in a regular folder or directory, you say test ABC, or right, anything. You see this folder doesn't have that __int. So that means this is a regular folder or directory, and this is the package. Okay, so now let me delete this one. I don't need that. And we say, so we create a package. Now create a Python file called config.py under the config package. So right click on the package, new Python file, and it's a config. Cancel. And the next step was move URL and API authentication to the config.py file. So let me move. Okay, so I'm going to split on the right, so I need to see both window open. So I can, on the top, I can right click, split right, and I already have this Python file here open. So in this case, what I'm going to say, I say URL and authentication, right? So copy this, or I can say cut, and paste it here. And also, since I am using the authentication here, so I have to remove this. I have to remove it and paste it here. So it has been removed. So we also can do little enhancement as well here, meaning I can say this one is the customer key, right? So I say CK is equal to just like this, command X, command V, and I can say customer. The next one is CS, customer secret. So CS is equal command X and command V. So what I just did, I just created a variable. We already learned the variable, right? So in here, between this comma, I can just say CK, and after the comma, I say CS. So you see, it's look shorter and look much more cleaner. So now, in order for, so this is our test folder, right? So you see, right now we have only one, like if I remove this one, we have only one line of code. It's look nice and clean, right? Because we are moving or move all the configuration file to different package, and now we have to call this URL or authentication from the config file to the test file. So what do you have to do? So this config.py is under config package, right? So how to import the package? We have to say from name of the package is config. This is the config package. Then I have to say import and import the file name, import config. So it will import everything, right? So what I'm going to do, like this is config, I can make it shorter, like instead of using the config here, I can say config as CF. So I make an alias. So now you see the URL has a red, right? Because it is expecting this URL and it is expecting the authentication, this authentication. So now since we have created the alias, so I can just say CS. I mean, first is CF dot. Arrow is gone. So this CF, right? So now CF dot. That's it. So now we have to run this Python files. So let me open my terminal, copy path, and open terminal. Okay, so let me see if it is okay. Clear. Let me see if it is running. So Pytest happens. So it is running without an issue. See, let me see. It's not printing anything because I don't have any print statement. So now if I test that print in r.json, right? So now it should print. You see, it is the empty list. So now, so we done our we have done move the file from test folder to the different configuration file. Then we call it. So now our next step is we have to validate the test result. We never validate our test results. So in Python, we can use assert to validate. And what we are trying to validate here, we are trying to validate the results. What is the results? After we run, we know it is returned the empty list because we don't have any customer, existing customer. Customer is 0. So let's validate two things here. So we are going to validate the status code. Let me pull the Postman. So this is the Postman. So if I send the request, so we have a status is 200, and the response we get empty list. So these two things we are going to validate using the assert equal in in Python. So now how we can validate? We have to just say assert r.status code is equal to 200. And then another validation we say is assert. Let's run this first to see if it is validating or not. So let me comments out this one. Let me clear the terminal. And we don't know if it is running or not, right? So let me, okay, so let me make like 400. So now I should throw an assertion error. You see, the assert is, this is the expected, like assert is expected 200, but is equal to 400. So that is how we can use the assert. So always we provide that expected value, right? That what should be the expected. So I say 200. So now if I run again, so I just run fine. So now, as we say, we want to validate the response, the JSON response, that empty list we receive, right? So I say assert r dot JSON, and it should be empty list. Okay, so now if I run again, it should run, but if I say something else, like if I put, instead of list, I put dictionary. You see, the assert, like we put expected is dictionary, but actual is it's expected actual is list. So that how we use the assert in using the Pytest. So now we are going to use, like all the automation, it is required to have the results, right? In Pytest, we can use LUR report, we can use HTML report, but today we will learn how to use HTML report, how to generate HTML report using Pytest. So in Google, you can just say Pytest HTML report. I say remote. It's a report. Pytest HTML report. So you see, there is the official site called py.org, and choose the Pytest HTML reporter. So click on it. So it's just straightforward. I'm going to just follow whatever instruction they gave us, right? So there's okay, installation. First, we have to install their HTML report. So there's a pip3. So we don't need a pip3 because by default, for our configuration is for Python 3. Okay, so now what I am going to do is just copy this in. The copy, and let me go back to clear and command V and just remove 3. Just type V. Okay. And before I do installation, let me show you that in our environment, we don't have any HTML. You see, I don't have any HTML install here. And also you can check on the Python. I don't have any HTML listed here. Okay, so now just enter. So successfully installed. So now if you just refresh, it should be HTML, should be installed in the library folder. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, Pytest HTML Reporter, right? So it has been added to our environment variable. So now if you want to go back and check in Pytest HTML Reporter also had been added in the in PyCharm. So let's go back and follow their instruction. It's the other window. Pytest HTML Reporter. Yeah, so we done this one. So now they say just run the PyTest and test root folder. And if I go a little bit down, we want to use, let me see which okay, it's a add title, right? Add title, we can use this one. I'm going to just copy whole thing because this is the PyTest and name of the package. We already have the package name called test. Let me show you here. Here, TESTS, right? So I'm saying, okay, PyTest, and from the root folder, it will go to this folder, test. And after, so this is the comment to generate the report, -html-report is equal to dot. So this dot means this is the root directory /report. So what it will do after it execute this command, it will create a one directory called report under this folder, and under the report and the title of the report will be PyTest report. Okay, so now I'm going to just copy, open terminal. Let me clear. So it has been, you see, one pass. So now just refresh this PyCharm. You see the report folder has been generated and the Pytest HTML report. So now right click on the HTML, right? You have to expand the report folder, right click, then open in browser, Chrome. So this how the report looks like. And if anything is failed here, it shows, you can click on the test metrics, and right now it shows pass, but it will show fail. Okay, so let me create another test file. Just copy this one. And name this like test case 3, and let's intentionally fail this one, like randomly. So now expectation is test 2 will be passed, test 3 will be failed. Okay, so now let's run. As you see, the one pass, one fail. So now the report, right? I didn't delete the report before, but what it will do, it will overwrite whatever report was before, it will overwrite the existing one. Okay, so now right click again, open in browser, Chrome. You see, it's a 2 test case, and one is pass, one is fail. And if I click on the test metrics, in the first file is test case is pass, and second one is fail. And why it is fail is say assert, it is actual value is 200, but we put expected is 200 or random, right? So this is how we generate the report, and we read the report. Okay, so for this tutorial, I'm going to stop here. So there are maybe the next one I will push, like we already wrote so many tests, so many steps we already done. So what we are going to do, we will push our code to our local branch in Bitbucket. Then we'll merge this code to master branch. And I think I will create a pipeline as well. So yeah, I'll see you next tutorial. Thank you.